Hello and welcome back to, well, in the background is going to be basement, but I'm not going to be talking about basement. I'm going to be talking about, well, I never thought I would, well, I didn't really truly want changes in the industry again. I'm going to be talking about the microtransactions / loot boxes again. Now, give me stuff available. Right, as I was saying, is that, well, there's been a few changes, but the one thing that there's been a little bit of a change in the aspect that we've had a victory. Now, during this, in the microtransaction war, we've had a victory. A small victory, but nonetheless still a tiny victory. Now, the kind of victory we've had is a the kind of victory we've had is just that well, in Star Wars Battlefront is where we've had the victory, and in Battlefront 2 that they've temporarily taken out microtransactions. Now, that's the key word. The big, massive key word. Temporarily. They haven't fully taken out microtransactions yet. Or made the microtransactions cosmetic only. What they've done is actually just made it so if it's cosmetic, fine. That will be the good thing about microtransactions. Yeah. I want a small one. No, it's just my flustered and a bit confused. But wait, they've made the microtransactions, but I've been hearing a lot about them since it's been happening, since they've taken out the microtransactions, which is okay, but the only way to bring it back and make most people, because it doesn't affect the gameplay, it doesn't properly affect the hardcore game. But also, wait, trying to think here. But don't just blame. Wait, I've been hearing a lot of people put all the blame onto EA during this. Well, that's not right and not fair, because it isn't all EA's fault. EA aren't just to blame. DICE are also to blame, because like another game, Shadow of War, the publisher demanded that the developer put in the loot crates, right? And obviously, out, fill out and blur out that they don't want microtransactions, they never wanted the blah 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 and all that stuff. Then there'll be then there's an issue there that the publisher could say, oh, fuck you, we're taking our money back and leaving and going to do a different project, because because the developer needs the publisher money. But in the case of Battlefront 2, I've never heard DICE once come out and say, no, but the developer of Shadow War actually said that when they were asked, would you buy loot crates? And the developer instantly said no. So that's a tiny indication that they weren't happy about it. A tiny indication. Not a full, not a full-blown statement that they weren't happy about it, but a tiny wee indication. But still, them saying a little bit that they weren't happy with the microtransactions. But I think in their kind of way of saying them, which is good. But when it came to EA and DICE, DICE won't say something like they weren't going to buy it or they weren't happy with it. They wouldn't even ask that, but still, they could have at least said it in some way, but they didn't. So, it gives a little indication, at least to me. This isn't for fact or anything, don't take it for fact, this is how I feel. But I think that they weren't too bothered about, they weren't against it. I don't think they were hugely against the microtransactions. Not sure. It's a possibility that they were, but you just don't know for a bang on certainty fact that they were against it. But we just have to wait and see what happens down the line of the game. Because the game's still not been out that long, but due to what they wanted to do, there has been ripples, and EA are the biggest ones to do this kind of thing. Or more at fault, because mostly at fault, because they've put into games like into Need for Speed. Need for Speed has microtransactions in it. Good morning, would you like to buy a new treadmill? But so the treadmill said no, get out. But so I'm selling you. Get on my nerves. Wait, I'll give you no, please. Buy 3 treadmills and I'll give you none. That's a private property. Buy 3 treadmills. I don't even buy 3 treadmills. I don't even know why they're on about treadmills for some reason. Confusing. But as I was saying, it's just that they're doing this. Oh, that's what I wanted. Right. It's just the EA are doing this because they've done it with Need for Speed Payback. They've put microtransactions in it and it is affecting the game. So look, create social microtransactions, they are affecting the gameplay because you can because you can buy vehicles doing it that way, you can buy cars that way. But it's just the way it is. There's not I'm getting a bit stuck in my words, okay, because I've got speech problems, so it's a bit harder for me. But let's hire somebody good. Shit. But that's the way it is that they're acting are the biggest problem in this. But they're not the only ones, they're not the only company in this. Obviously, as I've said, Activision and all the other companies that are doing it. But still, it's a problem. And we can't just be satisfied with this. This is a temporary victory. It's temporary. They're going to bring it back. But how they bring it back determines how people will act towards them. They've already, and I can see that in future games that they're going to act, they've actually, the reputation was bad enough, but the reputation has gone even down because of this shit. Because it's hit folk like the Wall Street, it's hit investors, it's hit mainstream media, it's got onto this story. It's gone big. And even Disney, but well, that's another thing. That's a whole thing onto its own. What Disney, the Disney and stuff like that. How I feel about Disney. Yeah, and especially with the takeover of Star Wars. Yeah, how I feel about that. That's completely another subject. But still. Wait, I'm just playing this. So, by that, entire somebody else that can do fighting. Yeah, but mainly what we're hiring now is just fighters. Yo. Get down there and start building up. Because we're going to go for a fight shortly. Possibly over there. There's only one place where they'll pull us. Think. Or maybe over there. Ooh. Possibly that place. But, right. But the main thing about this whole thing is that we've got to make more of a stand. Because we did make a stand. And we got a temporary victory. But we want this kind of stuff to change properly, because AAA publishers, as I said last time, AAA publishers, if they need to put up the price of the game, fine. But I know a lot of people are going to be like pissed off that if we have to pay like £100 straight off for the game. I know, it's going to piss a lot of people off. But it's better than having microtransactions in it that can change the game, that can change the outcome of it, that can make the game less fun. Because hardly any company now is doing a thing like no DLC, no microtransactions in it. No company's doing it anymore. Every company has DLC, but every company that I know of, every game that I've heard of, has at least some kind of DLC in it. And a lot has microtransactions in it. And it's just the way the industry is going. I don't know how much longer we can survive. But anyway. Oh shit. Shit. But anyway, I think I've got a way how I feel this time. But I'm hoping not to make another video. Because I don't want to rant again, because it's going to piss people off at times. And it's just, if I do rant again, I don't know if it'll be microtransactions, but it may be something different happening in the industry. It depends on the industry and how it's making me feel, because, well, there's shit going on just now that we need to sort out. It's just a temporary change. The war is still going, and it's going to be a long war before we can get this. It's a war against the AAA having microtransactions in AAA games. That's the main war, because in free-to-play games, they're understandable. It's not too much of a problem, because how else is the company going to keep going? Even though that's the main aspect for AAA, is like I said, they're going to keep it's to keep business going and stuff like that and all that shit. But they've made so much money. They could possibly, if they make a good game, a good fuck-ass game, they could make a hell lot of money just on the sales. And how can that not be satisfying enough? Oh yeah, they're just too busy greedy. Just too fucking greedy and want to fuck over the customer. The players and the customers are the main thing, because if we're not happy with it, your reputation could go downhill, and possibly the company could sink because of the players, because we're not happy with it. We're kicking up a fuss, we're actually pushing back, we're demanding change. But it's just the way I feel just now. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you like to hit the thumbs up button anyway you want, as long as with the mouse, and subscribe to the channel to help the channel grow. Also, if there's any tips you want to give me, let me know how you feel about this kind of stuff, and how it's making you feel a little bit under that. Or you just like to say something in general, let me know down in the comments below. As always, I'll get back to you. And finally, thank you all for watching, and I shall see you all in the next episode.